Hi ladies and gentlemen, back again. This is Bathrobe Chronicles number 104. For whatever it's worth. In the so-called alternative and complementary and integrative medicine, the people always talk about big pharma, that the drug companies are just pumping out the drugs and so on and so forth. And, I don't, out of hands, so to speak, say that just because a medical doctor is involved doesn't mean anything. And also, I'm not so naive that I don't know that the pharmaceutical companies have done some dreadful things. That's just the way it is. And I'm not even sure why I'm wasting my time on this one. Excuse me, but this is a doctor who pleads guilty to faking research. And this fellow, he is an MD, and he's accused of faking research for a dozen years in published studies that suggested after-surgery benefits from painkillers, including Vioxx and Celebrex. Pleaded guilty Monday to one count of federal health fraud. And this was a fellow who was an anesthesiologist, and he had to repay $360,000 in research grants. The long and the short of it is that he published 21 papers in anesthesiology journals between 1996 and 2008, and he made up some or all of the data. In other words, this guy was basically pumping out this stuff, without actually doing the research. His attorneys said that he's suffering from a serious bipolar disorder. You guys have heard of that, of course. And that he had no financial motive when he committed the offenses. What they're claiming, his legal team, is his bipolar disease explains, but is not an excuse or a defense for his conduct. However, his alternating moods of mania and depression fueled his misconduct and adversely affected his ability to halt his wrongful behaviors in the area of research. Rubin, this doctor, has admitted his wrongdoing and wishes to apologize to his family, to his colleagues, to the medical community, and to the pharmaceutical companies that funded his research. I'm not really sure why I'm mentioning this, other than the fact that a lot of people in the so-called complementary alternative and all that BS, they always say that we on the other side always say that we claim that if an MD says it's okay, that it is. And no, that isn't the case. I think most of us on the other side, so to speak, we try as best we can to look at the evidence that's presented. And just because there's some research stuff doesn't mean that just because it's research and just because it's an MD, that, we say, oh gosh, look, an MD did this, and so on and so forth. Anyway, I'm not sure really why I'm even taking the time to do this. This was on MSNBC, and that's sort of it. And as Pat Condell would say, folks, not everything you see should you believe. Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.